I think we played a very good first half. I think we dominated in that part of the game. We created chances. Unfortunately, we only scored one. And at some points we were a little sloppy. So we tried to be more tight on the ball in the second half, but actually we had a harder time to be tight, and we were more sloppy. Also had to do with some changes that Canada made, so little organizational things that we didn't. But we had a hard time to answer that well. So it got more transition game. Spaces became bigger, and it was really hard to keep control of the game. Yeah, we have so much information. I think this was a game that we wanted, and we get two more. Because now you see under the highest pressure, in possession, out of possession, and transition moments, they will harm you when you don't do well. And I think the first time we did really well, although we saw some things we could do better. So, for example, switching fields. Sometimes we were a little sloppy. In the final third, we really need to be more composed to get that last pass right and to score that goal. Because I think we should have scored more goals than only one, and that was a great goal. But that's what we took from the first half. And the second half, well, that's of course we're going to sub a little more, and then we have to get connected again with players. But Canada did something different, and how we react on that, and how we could play the possession game, that was harder. So spaces became bigger. We were not tight on the ball, so we got in transition moments all the time. So that's what we'll discuss tomorrow and try to do better Sunday. Yeah, this is very great. I'm not sure if I understand your question well enough, but this absolutely is a great lesson, and we need these lessons because this was a totally different game than we have had the first six in September, October, November. And then, yes, we did really well then, but we're going to get games like this at the Euros. So we need to play these games and learn from them, and we can develop. So tonight we saw lots of players. We saw some different connections. We saw very good Canada too. And we can learn from that and take this, and gives us so much information and things to discuss and to learn. What I said, to learn from. So that's what we take away from this game. Yeah, first of all, we have 3 games, and we want to try out things. We want to see different combinations of players. We want to, and we also want to manage a little loads. Lucy comes in for the first time. She's been injured for a long time now. She has played lots of games for Man City. And I think Rachel does a very good job on right wing back, full back, and Rachel's Lucy's coming back. So I found that that this first game Rachel had to start, and in the center forward, Ellen is she didn't play that much with City. The first 90 minutes she had on Sunday. And for that, I chose to build up a little easier, give her some minutes, and the next game she'll get some more minutes. Yeah, well, that's one of the things we want to try, and we want to see how it relates with the available players we have now, and with the quality of the players. I think this could be an option, and that's what we want to try. And this team, our team, has played lots before I came in, also with one pivot, and I also want to see how we play with 2 pivots. And under this high pressure, sometimes we went really good, sometimes we were just finding our way a little bit. Also, Georgia started to play the second half, but I think this is something that should be researched a little more.
Scored a goal, but also had a lot to do at the back.
Yeah, she had a big impact on the game. Because she scored that goal indeed, and in the last minute, or one of the last minutes, Canada had a cross and she had the header. I think she felt very good in the game. I think from the start in September we start working. I think she feels really comfortable in our team, and she plays well. So and tonight the impact on the game, her contribution was absolutely huge, because you score a goal and you're very important in defense. Well, as you followed all the games, so I haven't made up my mind yet, and this is not the time. I don't have to make up my mind yet. We're trying out those things. So today she started as a right winger. Of course, I've known her for a long time as being an opponent, and she used to play as a 10. And later on, she started playing well at Chelsea too as a striker. So I think she's just a little bit in between, so she can play both. And now we have to see. Well, of course, she needs to perform well, and then we could see what would be the best for the team. Yes, they did come as advertised. I think. Well, of course, they're the Olympic champions, and I think they're a very strong team. They have a lot of speed in their team, so that's really dangerous in transition. That's what we saw. What happened with the goal? They were just gone. But they're also well structured. Today, they also showed that they could change their structure a little bit. What made us struggle a little bit. So yeah, a good job. Well played, and I think a top level team with what is really nice to play against.